Well, the snow finally came, no doubt, mid-November, like clockwork. We've probably seen the grass for the last time. It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna be wet. It's windy, wet snow, and we're going for a run. So last week I put out a post asking you guys to throw me a one-word theme that you would like me to cover in future videos, and a lot of you had great words. Thanks for sending those, and I'm going to get to them as we progress through the winter with the future videos. So today we're going to talk about doubt. I've also been asked a lot about requesting more strength, foot strength, and the Frio boards, the slant boards, the discs. That is my plan for the winter as we get into a little bit more inclement weather. Sometimes it's real fun to film outside, but when it gets below zero, the batteries actually of the camera don't operate very well. So my plan going into winter is that we'll do a lot of stuff outside, but also I'm going to do some stuff inside, dealing with foot strength, dealing with exercises, and just some things that we can do inside as well. So look forward to that. Also, I'm in about my third real serious year of experimenting with fasting. And I will be chronicling. I know a lot of you have questions on fasting. Throughout the winter, this is my time where I really get back into fasting, experimenting with that. And I want to throw this out there because I am doing this more out of a pure health, vitality, aging standpoint, and less about how it may affect running and performance. But I'm also interested in how it could affect running, performance, and all that with athleticism. So I will continue to chronicle this. This is just my own personal experimentation. It's something that I don't necessarily coach yet. I don't feel like I'm ready yet to really coach it from an athletic standpoint, if there is some worthiness to it. So we'll be chronicling my fasting experiments, my experience with it as we get into fasting. So with that, last year my longest fast was 56 hours. And I've started the beginning of this week with my 12 to 16 hour fasting in the morning. So it's 9:44. I last ate at 6 p.m. yesterday. So I'm going to go 16 hours today without eating. That's going to be my fasting window of 16 hours. And then I will eat after that. And so that's kind of what I'm doing today. And just going for a nice, easy strength run. I'm going to reduce my volume a little bit now through the first of the year and work more on strength. With this today, I'm going to be trudging through snow. I'm not sure what to expect, but I've got a little bit of a dirt pathway to start out with. And then I'm headed on road to a nice short little climb just for some strength. And again, nice short run. So let's go. Well, first tracks. It's always nice to have first tracks. We got about maybe 4 inches of fresh snow. It really just started early this morning. And first few days like this takes a few getting back into the habit of layering and dialing into my kit. So I'm a little cold. It's a little wet, damp, and just kind of feeling a little chilled right now. So I gotta dial into my kit. Should have worn a more substantial hat. I'll warm up though on the climb. And we got the Snake River down there. It's so beautiful. So nice out. I'm getting tucked in here kind of protected, so starting to warm up a little bit. But you can see the snake just winding through the mountains here. Nice. Pretty socked in, as predicted. So, getting back to our one-word theme of the day, doubt. Let me first start out by saying, I think sometimes there's this perception that elite athletes, professional athletes, don't have doubt. And I'm here to say most high-end athletes have extreme doubt, and it's what fuels them. So what we're going to talk about is how doubt is necessary for you to perform. For you to perform to the ability you want to perform. Doubt is necessary. So just by changing your perspective and seeing doubt as necessary, it completely changes how we think of that word. It doesn't have as much power anymore. Negative power. Doubt is necessary. So if we change and we accept that doubt is part of the process, it completely changes how we think about the unknown. And that's truly what doubt is. It's fear of the unknown. So all doubt really is our fear of what's going to happen. And if we're talking from a running perspective of choosing goals, of having big goals, that unknown is always going to be there until we actually do it, until we toe the line, until we accomplish it. But how do we get there? How do we get to the point where we can get past that doubt to put things in action? And that's what we're going to talk about. I always like to talk or tell the story about the year Michael Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. Why did he win Defensive Player of the Year? Obviously, he was good at defense, but we don't know Michael Jordan as a defensive man. We think of him as the dunk master, the offensive master. But why did he become Defensive Man of the Year? Because he had doubt about his complete game. He wanted to win championships. He had doubt. Up to that point, he wasn't winning championships. So the doubt about his complete game gave him motivation to get better at the things he needed to get better at. He took it under his control. He focused on the things he could control. And that's how we get beyond doubt. The first step in overcoming doubt and fear is knowing what you want. We have to have a really good understanding of what we want out of our running. Race goals, personal goals, whatever it is for you, that picture has to be clear. But the catch-22, part of a great goal is you overreaching, doing something you don't think you can do. Knowing what you want to do doesn't necessarily give you the belief that you can do it. But knowing what that key goal is key. And then we work backwards. Then we start putting in things that we can do under our control to start giving you that belief. Got the climb coming up. And then we're going to talk about things under your control that you can put into play to get beyond that fear, beyond that doubt. So what helps you overcome doubt is putting yourself in situations that are very challenging under your control. Like embarking on a challenging training program, about challenging yourself to run every day for 30 days. Maybe about running a little bit more each day, of getting up an extra 30 minutes early and running in the dark for 3 months. Finding a way for you to create a challenge that just requires you to do it. There's no external forces in play other than your daily choice to accomplish this goal. And this is what begins to help you overcome and go beyond doubt. Going to the top. It's getting deeper with early snow, not too deep. It's hard to see, good footing, still got some ruts, so it's pretty slow going, but good strength day. I was just down there a few minutes ago. Nice little climb, nice and calm up here, but more snow. We're really socked in, expecting 10 to 15 inches. So a lot of time, amateur athletes create a big goal, and a mistake they make is placing so much emphasis on the outcome of the goal rather than establishing the goal and letting it go, and then establishing measurable outcomes in the training. The powerful part of what we're talking about today with doubt is establishing, challenging training so you begin to train the mind to overcome that doubt. And in reality, it's not really overcoming the doubt, it's becoming friends with the doubt. And to realize, like we mentioned at the beginning, doubt is necessary because of the unknown, and there's always going to be unknowns as you approach your race, as you approach your goal. But backing up, putting a lot of emphasis on challenge yourself in training begins to mesh that confidence and help you realize that doubt is okay. It's getting to be really slow going. It's getting deep. All elite athletes have doubt. What makes them elite is what they do with that doubt. So it's not necessarily important what you think or about what you have doubt about, but it's what you do about it that makes you elite. And that's where we all can be elite with our thinking. Doubt's gonna happen. Doubt's necessary. Doubt's normal for all of us. And that's a comforting thing. Be elite in what you do about it. Amateur athletes also sometimes use doubt as an excuse not to do something. Oh, I don't think I could do that. I could never do that. And all they are is speaking to the unknown that's going to naturally be there. The unknown's there for everybody. So if we use it as an excuse, we're just giving an excuse to something that's normally going to be there when we have a big goal. Notice how you begin to talk. The words you use. Are you using the unknown as an excuse to not pick a big goal because of the doubt that's naturally going to be there? And today's summit. So training for doubt is all about training the mind. We can train the mind. We can be elite in our thinking. We all can be elite. And we often hear how elite athletes are elite because of their ability. Well, in reality, an elite athlete within their own world are surrounded by other elite athletes from a performance and physical ability standpoint. What takes the elite above the other elite is how they think in their training, how they've trained the brain, how they respond to their thinking, how they respond to their doubt. So this is a huge aspect to being a professional elite level athlete, is having the elite mind. And that is something that we all can have. So embrace your doubt and see this as a wonderful opportunity for you to become more and more elite with your thinking and training the brain. It's not important what we think, it's important what we do after we think. And that's something that we all can do. That's something we all can embrace and all get better at. This is how we can get better for a long, long, long time. Regardless of how old we get, our performance can always improve by how we deal with our thinking, our doubt, and changing that up to putting a positive spin, a positive outcome in our mind. See it. You got to see it to believe it. Now what do, right? Here's one thing you can do, is that all that negative talk we have, that all of us have in our brain, that is a product of doubt, of insecurities, anxiety, all that self-talk that we have that's negative, we all have it. What I want you to do is start just to listen to it. And what I have some of my athletes do is I give a name to all that self-talk. Name it. Create a second person. Create a second person within you. All your thinking is just no different than your arm or your leg. It's something that we can train. So if we think about training our lungs and our heart and our cardiovascular system and our legs and our strength, we can start training our thoughts. So give a name to your thoughts. Name it. Give it whatever name that you like. And create that buddy with yourself. One athlete I had a long time ago, she named her thoughts Bianca. And so whenever Bianca came up, she would have a conversation with Bianca. And what that does is it creates a separation. And as soon as you start to have awareness of your thinking, or Bianca, here comes Bianca again, okay, it breaks the cycle. It breaks the cycle of you believing what you're saying versus just trying to understand it. And that's the key to beginning to have awareness and training your mind to, one, understand why you have negative thoughts and doubt, and then two, stop the cycle and reverse it by giving yourself good thoughts. All right. Message of the day.